Hello and welcome. As you probably guessed, I am MotherAzure, but you can also call me Maria. I am back again with another pick a card, and this one's going to be about messages from your ancestor. Now, you saw me shuffle. These are going to be piles 1, 2, and 3. I am going to be shuffling tarot and the other deck on camera on each pile. But I do want to explain that because this is still a general read, even though it's a pick a card, it might be difficult for me to pinpoint what ancestor is coming from. I may get some indicators for several of them, but I won't be able to touch on every single one, okay? So just keep that in mind as you go through the reading. You may get things, if I get descriptions of the ancestors, they may not be for you, so use your intuition here, okay? It can be anything that they want to tell you right now. It doesn't really matter, any area of life, okay? So for pile 1, you have bone. For pile 2, you have goat. And for pile 3, you have mandrake. Hello for your pile 1 with bone. This is your reading. This is very interesting to me because the tarot that I'm going to be using has bones. It's the Antique Anatomy Tarot, and it's full of human bones, and you got the card bone. Now, this is from the Liminal Spirits Oracle deck. Bones, it literally is connected to ancestry itself. However, this is also talking about the earth for some reason. That's how it's coming through to me. I'm not really going at it from the perspective of just the meaning of the book. I'm seeing what comes through with this. So I feel like this is talking about grounding. So it would be very important for you at this time to do some serious grounding. But most of all, with this bone card, your ancestors, I would say they're explicitly asking to work with you. So if you have been thinking about doing ancestral work, or if you have been thinking about doing ancestor veneration, adding an altar or something like that, that's coming through here. So if that's the case for you, they're giving you kind of like the go ahead. They're also, with this card, like only like a lot is coming through. There's something here about foundations. So you may be experiencing or will be experiencing soon, especially towards that eclipse, some shakeups. So anything that doesn't have a strong foundation may be shaken up or fall completely. So this is kind of like a tower moment, but don't be afraid of it. It doesn't have to be necessarily bad. They just want to highlight it. So I am going to shuffle your tarot to see what is it they have to say more specifically. There is an ancestor coming through. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning, don't use your intuition. It may not be for everyone because this is still general, even though it's a pick a card. So this ancestor that I see coming through is very old. And what I mean by that is this is not an ancestor that you knew in life, or at least not in this one. So this is something that goes way back, and they are very connected to the earth itself. Now, for some of you, this may be a Native American ancestor, but it doesn't have to be Native American per se. I think they are kind of moving me more towards Latin America. So maybe the indigenous people from South America, more specifically. They're showing me Argentina. I have no idea what the indigenous history of Argentina is whatsoever, but that's the country that's coming through. So that's for you. Take it. So let's see what is it that your ancestors want to say. I am also seeing someone with like a very long beard. It reminds me of my own ancestor. So this may be someone that is from Scandinavia but like it's not my ancestor though, because like my ancestor doesn't have, his beard is not blonde. This is someone that has a blonde beard. Pretty long, pretty messy beard. That one you may also not have met at all, but I feel like specifically for whoever that ancestor is, this is, you may have gotten a reading before on this ancestor, or at least someone kind of either drew or described this ancestor to you previously. So let's see. What's the message for pile 1 from their ancestors? Ooh. This is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely that grounding energy. Hold on. Justice. See, like I told you, this is all bone, so that's why I found it so interesting. The Hermit. Judgment. I am so not surprised that Judgment is here. I don't know, like, this card called my attention while I was picking the deck to do the reading. I didn't bring it up before because I didn't know it was if it was gonna be significant, but she's here, so the Judgment card is here. So you got Page of Pentacles, Justice, the Hermit, and Judgment. The first thing that came through here, I think they're emphasizing the grounding aspect here of the Page of Pentacles. Now, this may not only be grounding. Like I said, they may be calling you even to work with the element of earth, but also here, this is the beginning of some type of project. You may be learning something. This may be a skill. It can be a spiritual thing that they're trying to teach you even. But it's something physical. For some of you, this is divination. So for some of you, this is literally divination with bones that you're trying to learn. But just any skill that you're learning right now, anything I'm hearing training. So I don't know if you're doing a literal training for a job or if you're training in other aspects of your life, specifically spiritual. That is coming through here. There's a certain message of encouragement here. You have a tendency to be very hard on yourself, and they're not. Well, yes, they are. So it's kind of like you're doing better than you think you are, but they're not exactly rating your how do I say this? I lost the words. So it's not like they're evaluating your progress per se. They're not rating it. They're not judging it. They want you more to, to focus a little bit more. Okay, so focus less on the idea that you're being judged for this and focus less on what you're doing wrong, and instead shift your focus towards taking your time with each thing, each aspect of this thing. They're showing me deconstructing. So they're showing me kind of like this deconstruction of whatever it is that you're learning, instead of trying to pack it all in at the same time, which is what you're having more difficulty with. They want you to try to deconstruct it into smaller, more digestible parts. So if you're doing what I said about trying to learn divination with bones, instead of getting a whole set of like 20-30 bones, I don't know how many they are because I don't use that type of divination yet. I'm very interested. Instead of doing that, start with a few bones. So start with 3, well, not 3, start with like 5 bones and throw those first, if you already have a meaning established for them. If not, start by establishing the meaning and memorizing that meaning, of course, being a little bit more flexible because divination is always about interpretation, and go from there. Okay, so that's a lot of information. Literally just looking at this card, and I just keep going. I definitely see again the studying part here with this Hermit. This is something that, even though they're helping you with it, this is something that you have to do by yourself. So this is something that you have to commit to yourself and put in the time. I think this is also why they're saying to focus less on whether you're being judged or not, because the only person that's judging you is you. Because technically nobody else is gonna judge you, and as your ancestors, they're more interested in you actually getting these skills, regardless of how long it takes, than on getting them right away or in one go. Okay. Now you got Justice and Judgment, and this is a very powerful combination here. So let me see how this is coming through here in your reading, because these two together, So that's, I heard immediately, it was like, be still, be quiet, be something else. I don't know if they're saying open or if they're saying another word. So technically, it's like slow and steady wins the race here. That's the type of energy that is coming through for whatever it is that you're doing. So they don't want you to rush, rush. Is that even a word? To rush into whatever it is that you are doing. They want you to consider all parts. And I think that's being highlighted by justice itself. Justice is a balance. So again, to cut it up into more digestible parts, into smaller parts that you can actually process and pay attention to. Because if you don't do that, like there are aspects of whatever this is that you're going to be paying less attention to, and that you may not have a full understanding of later when you need it, or it may get in the way of you doing something else later on. So they want you to pay special attention right now. So this is kind of like read the fine print kind of thing, especially if you're signing contracts. I just want to mention it because this is justice, and I can't ignore that aspect of the card. Now, I didn't even like when I was talking about the judgment thing. I know that the cards are here, but I tend, when I'm doing the reading, I know you can't see me. I tend to just look off, like right in front of me. I barely look at the cards themselves. I just move here and here. This is more your energy than their energy. So that's what they're emphasizing here. So this is more you, and this is not bad energy whatsoever. You just need to check it, so to make sure that it's not just destroying your self-confidence, basically. Now with judgment is a card that is very complex in my opinion, and I don't think I even have a full scope of what this card even means. It's just the meaning extends like in such a huge way. But here in your reading, it really feels more about enlightenment, about growth, about awakening, transcendence, that type of energy here. So there's an important, whatever it's going on in your life right now, that if this has resonated so far and there is something that you are training in, that you're learning, this is a crucial milestone in your spiritual path, or just in your path in general. So in your growth. So this is a crucial moment for you, and that's why they want you to pay so much attention to this thing. Again, it's like they're emphasizing more being very thorough than getting this done because it's important. It's more like, because it's important, you need to pay even more attention to it and lay the strongest foundation possible. Because with bone, I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty obvious that bones are like, they hold our body up. They hold all the bodies up, every single being that has a skeleton, right? So it carries the weight of everything. And if the bones, if they're damaged, if they're not well developed, they can't hold whatever they're carrying, right? So it's very important right now for you to lay a strong foundation to whatever it is that you're doing. And this applies both to what you're already undertaking and any goals in the future. So you may be getting several opportunities in the future, in the near future. You may get several opportunities at the same time, and you may feel a little bit overwhelmed, but be careful not to let them go, because these are important. You can manage it, what they're saying. There may be a period in your life that's coming up that may be a little bit more stressful, but they want you to kind of retreat when you feel overwhelmed. Take a breather and then move forward with it. So they don't want you to close yourself. They don't want you to shut down, but they also don't want you to lose your shit with whatever it is that's coming up, okay? So it's more about take time right now to develop a way that works for you to bring you back down to the earth, to ground down, to work on that grounding that we talked about in the beginning. Something that's going to help you pull yourself together in the moment when it's needed. Again, the way I'm saying this, it may be a little bit scary because you're like, oh, what the fuck is going to happen that I'm going to need to calm down and be grounded? It may not be anything bad. Like I said, it may be several opportunities and you may feel overwhelmed. They don't have to be bad things at all. But they are warning you because I feel like it's like they kind of know that you're probably gonna lose your shit with this, regardless of whether it's good or bad, and they just want to let you know in advance. I'm feeling, again, this is very much earth based, so connecting with the earth itself, it's gonna be very good for you. Connecting with earth spirits and these ancestors that are very close to the, like, all the not all the ancestors that are coming through here, but like the ancestors that I saw, they seem to me in energy very connected to the earth itself. So either they worked a lot with the earth, maybe they were farmers, they were hunters, they just lived in forest or whatever. They were very connected to the earth in life and now as well in spirit. I'm seeing a woman, and I want to mention her because this is the only one that's come through, I think, in the reading. She's wearing this very interesting looking, I don't know if it's a necklace or if it's part of a dress. You know those dresses that have like a little neck thingy and then they have something in the middle? And I think it's like a very pale blue. There's something on that necklace. So it's not like just a gemstone. It's kind of oval. And there's something on it. Like, not like a picture. Like, there's something on it that gives it a certain texture. And it looks like a portrait at the same time. So kind of like the side profile of a woman. It's like a very common thing to happen. I've seen so many necklaces with stuff like that. I just don't remember their actual name, but that thing is like light blue, almost gray, but it's still blue, and it's like in the middle of her neck, and it's connected to either, like I said, either a choker or a part of a dress that's white, and it has like embroidery on the neck. And I think she has dark hair, like at least shoulder length black hair, or very dark brown. It looks kind of straight, but I'm not sure. I'm not seeing her well. I'm just seeing, like, when these when they come through, I tend to see kind of like, of course, what they show me, but more like important parts that may help in identifying them. So I don't usually see them completely. That's kind of like how it works for me. So I'm seeing someone with orange colored nails, like a very pretty bright orange. Hearing aunt, so there could be someone's aunt here, specifically related to the nails. Okay, so let's see anything else they want to add here with these cards. See, yeah, ups and downs. So this says, I see life as an incredible ride and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what make things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes a good story. And then the other card that you got is beauty. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. So a lot of green and everything here. Again, it's very much connected to the earth. But the ups and downs card, like I said, there's this period that's probably going to be quite stressful for you coming up. Not necessarily because it's bad. It's just going to be a period of fast change, fast movement, ups and downs, literally. So they want you to be prepared from it. I don't think this period is specifically related to whatever it is that you seem to be learning or training in. These are just two separate things that are coming up for you. Well, that's interesting because I'm seeing a literal tower right now, like an actual tower. I don't know if they're saying like the tower card, or if they're saying like or if this is just a place that they're showing me, because it kind of looks like one of those fortresses that they built like right on the not a beach. It's like I'm seeing like this tower, the type of fortresses that they will build to protect from incoming enemy ships. You know, those all stone. It's like on a little cliff. It's not even like a cliff. It's just like raised off the earth, and there are a lot of rocks. So they're showing me that. I don't know if that's a place that's significant for you. This may be, again, referring to the foundation thing, but I want to mention it because I'm not sure if this is literal, if this is just as a metaphor, a way, or a place that you're familiar with. Sorry about that. I hit the mic. So the most important thing here is that they want you to find something that's going to ground you down, bring you back down when you feel overwhelmed, because you likely will, considering the ups and downs. And it's also very important for you to focus on loving yourself right now, being more confident in yourself, because I feel like of me saying that there are going to be ups and downs, some of you may be prone to being very anxious because you don't think that you're going to be able to deal with this. Yes, you will. You have support. It is literally coming from your ancestors, and they know, and that's why they're trying to help you, and they're telling you in advance so you are more prepared and you feel like you have a little bit more control over this. Okay. They worry that much about you that they're bringing this up, because they could literally just let you experience the shakeups and not tell you anything. Because sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't tell you, and it's for a reason. But right now they're telling you because they know that you're gonna be probably worried. So there's a lot of responsibility coming up for you. This coming, like, it's a period of rapid growth, many shakeups, but then there's gonna be like a plateau, if that makes sense. So things are gonna even out. So this is temporary. This is not something that's gonna last forever. It's just a short period of time that's gonna be like this, and your job is gonna be to ground yourself down and get done what you need to get done. Okay, so not shutting down. Because you may be prone to kind of like, when you feel overwhelmed, to retreat back into your cave, you shut down completely. So you end up not doing anything because you have so many things to do. Okay. So they don't want it to get to that point, because whatever it is that's coming up is very important. Like I said, it feels like a milestone. Whatever it is that you're learning is also a milestone. Like what I mentioned, that you may be learning something, maybe you're not even learning it right now. Maybe you will be learning it. Or start learning about this during this period of rapid change. Okay, this really can depending on your situation, but basically, don't lose yourself. Like that's what they're saying. So don't lose yourself. Here you have support. Focus on those foundations. Focus on grounding down. Okay, so anything else at all for pile 1? They're showing me again like the tower, and I'm seeing the ocean. Like I'm actually seeing the waves crashing on like the rocks. So if you think, okay, so yeah, it's probably more metaphorical than anything else now that I'm seeing that, because like the ocean is like it's an agent of change. Okay, the waves, they crash and they come back. It's uncontrollable. It's unpredictable. Okay. But this tower, this rock tower that's like right on the edge, and where on top of the rocks where the waves are crashing, it's not going anywhere. It's there. So it's kind of like build a strong enough foundation and develop that inner strength where even these waves can't bring you down. Okay. So this is kind of like gonna be a test to your own strength and your ability to ground down, center yourself. And because before this, you may have been someone, or you may be someone that when you're faced with these challenges, like I said, you shut down. So you don't deal with any of this well. You don't deal well with change and with challenges that you're not ready for. Now they're giving you, it's kind of like they're cheating a little bit. They're telling you that something's coming up. But that's like, now that you know that this is coming up, what are you gonna do? So it's kind of like, are you gonna shut down again? Or now that you know, are you gonna put in the work to prevent yourself from I'm seeing falling, because I'm seeing the tower. So that's basically it. It's almost like planting yourself into the earth, because a storm is coming and you're just there. You did the work, you're staying there. That's what you're supposed to do here, and it's going to be moving you towards a new chapter in your life, because these opportunities that I keep seeing, they're good opportunities. Like, this is not bad. It's just that they're going to be coming in where a period at a time in your life where a lot of things are happening. So it's kind of like, if you're grounded down, you're going to see these opportunities and you're going to take them. If you're all over the place, if you're shutting down, if you're too overwhelmed, you may not be able to see these opportunities, and then you can't have them. You kind of miss the opportunities because you are so preoccupied with not falling apart. Or it's not, well, that's a wrong thing to say. It's more like it kind of feels like being in a maze. So you become desperate because you want to get out and you don't know which way you're going, right? So that's the energy that you don't want to be in. You want to have a clear vision of over where it is that you're going, and that inner knowing that you can ground down that this is temporary and that there are opportunities coming your way. Okay, so it's more like they're giving you a heads up about a test of some sort. All right, so that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Thursday at 12 p.m. EST, and occasionally on Sundays. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do have my updates about the channel over there, and I also put out readings occasionally. If you want to buy me a coffee, my Venmo and my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, Pao 2 with the GOAT. This is your reading. So... with your permission, tap into your energy so I can start the reading, because already they're bombarding me with stuff. Okay, so I say with your permission because sometimes when I've tried to do readings, people have been kind of closed off to me tapping into their energy, and it has been more difficult for me to actually get the messages. So I say it just so you're like, okay, I'm just gonna tap into it and tell you what you need to do here. Connect with your ancestors, okay? So... like I said, right off the bat, this is coming through here with the goat. So goats may be an animal that you're going to be seeing often around. If you see them, they may be a sign from your ancestors. Take it as it resonates. However, this goat specifically, whereas Pile 1 is right on the edge of a lot of rapid change and shifts and maybe a tower moment, you are beyond that point. So it's kind of like you have been through a period right now where things were very difficult, where you had to climb a lot, because the thing with goats, like goats climb a lot of shit ton of rocks, right? So you've had to be very perseverant. You've had to use a lot of strength to pull through this period, okay? And the thing that's coming through here with that is you have been through that period, and if it's not over yet for you, if you don't feel like it's over yet, it's gonna be ending soon, and you're gonna be blessed in one way or another, because that's how it's coming through here. So it's saying like you're gonna be rewarded for your perseverance and your I almost said stubbornness because it's like I feel like goats, they're stubborn, but like that's like the word that's coming through is literally stubbornness. So actually being stubborn in this situation was the right call. So if you're just stubborn on daily and you're like, oh, if people call you stubborn, well, this time around it was the right choice. Okay, so you're ending a cycle, so it's kind of like you're finishing up a cycle and moving on to another. Of course, all the cards in the Liminal Spirits Oracle are kind of like that. They share that theme, but I'm seeing it especially in this spiral here under the goat's horn. Now, I want to mention before I keep going and start shuffling your tarot that the thing with the blessings that are coming up is like you may get opportunities to indulge, and it's not that they're saying that indulging is bad. They are just kind of warning against overindulgence, because the goat here is also related to the devil card because it's a goat. You know, it's the devil. And I related to a goat as well because of one of my other tarot decks. And so it's kind of like this coming through, but don't overindulge, because it's like they don't want you to get stuck in one specific point of a cycle. You've been through one, then you're gonna get your time right now to rest and enjoy, and then you're gonna start another cycle. So it's like, because I feel like what's coming up for you right now, it's really, really good and it's really enjoyable, but it's not the end of your journey. That's kind of like what they're showing me here with that. So there goes one. Well, that was interesting. I thought it was gonna flip to become like reversed, but it didn't. It just did the whole 360. So this is the Five of Swords. It just decided to. And Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles. 2 more, please. Yep. 7 of Pentacles. Okay. And the last card that I'm gonna getting is the Four of Pentacles. It's interesting to me that all the cards that you got here, this may seem completely unrelated, but usually when I'm shuffling for the tarot, the cards literally just, they flip like this, they come up like this, and for you, all the cards flipped down. So there are many things that you were not seeing. For some reason that felt relevant to your reading. Now, Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles energy, a lot of physical stuff. Now, the first thing that's coming out for me with the Five of Swords is the sense of loss. So, like I said, I feel like you are either ending or just ended that period of that rocky period where things may have been very difficult. And you kind of came out of it with a certain sense of loss. You may have lost something during that period, something material specifically, or even a part of yourself. And when I say a part of yourself, I don't mean like a physically a part of yourself. I mean like an aspect of yourself, and you're kind of mourning that. But there's just that sense of loss here. I'm feeling a lot here now with the tarot. This feeling of me versus the world kind of thing, which also makes sense with the goat, which is the card that you got. I'm feeling a lot of hesitation. So it's kind of like moving forward and then pulling back. Suddenly it's making a lot of sense what they said about not staying stuck in one point in the cycle, because I feel like you are prone to doing that because you hesitate a lot. Again, you have been through a lot and you have been very perseverant, but you hesitate because you have been through so much, if that makes sense. So you have learned, there are certain things that you have learned that they were useful to you, and they are useful in certain ways, but in other ways they're kind of maladaptive. So sometimes they actually do you more harm than good. And this is coming from a moments in your life like this previous one that you went through, where there was a lot of change, where there was a lot of hardship, and you have carried that over with you into this new chapter of your life. And I think the reason they're bringing that up is because, like I said, I feel like you're gonna be blessed because of this, but you may not actually be able to relax. So it's like in the beginning, I feel like you could be very hesitant and very closed off to the good things in your life that are going to be coming through. Like you're likely to do that. And then when you see that it's kind of safe for you to enjoy these things, you are not going to want to move on to the other moment because it feels very safe and very good in that moment. Okay. It feels very safe where you are at that point, and you're like, okay, I don't want to keep going, you know, because it's gonna be difficult for me again. I'm gonna be hurt again. I'm going to have to climb all these rocks, all these mountains again, and I don't want that. I just want to stay here and chill. But the thing is that again, it's like, it's kind of like it's not the end of your journey. I'm hearing preparation. I don't know if they're saying like, I don't know if they mean they are being prepared for something greater later on, and this is kind of like a warm up, or if this is just saying that they are actually preparing the good things for you, and that's why they haven't come in, because I feel like you may have been asking for them, and you're like, where the fuck are they at though? Because I've been waiting. But I'm hearing preparation, and so this is kind of like, as much as I even hate to say it because I hate hearing it, is like everything's gonna happen in its right time. And I have to say it like that. I'm sorry. I also hate it when they say that. There is, again, I said in the beginning that if I saw an ancestor coming through, it's impossible it's going to be the same ancestor for everyone because it's a general reading, but I want to mention it. I'm seeing, once again, a man with a beard. This man, I feel like he's Asian. Because it's almost like they're showing me a cartoon character. Like, they're showing me a cartoon character, but I feel like the reason they're using this so I can kind of understand what this person looks like for some reason. I don't know why. They do weird shit sometimes. So they're showing me kind of like the emperor in Mulan. You know how the emperor looks? So that's kind of like the type of beard and facial hair that I'm seeing. All white, very much like the cartoon. So that's someone that's coming through here. It may be an ancestor for you. King. If this is Chinese, literally, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't remember in what era is Mulan even supposed to be set. So to be honest, I don't think that I'm getting it from that. I'm like the King dynasty. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. So it starts with QING, I believe. So I don't know if that's an ancestor for you, like from way back then. If it is, I feel like you will know. And I'm seeing I don't know if it's him. I think it's him though. So they're also showing me, it looks like kind of like a set, like a tea set with it's not exactly Asian, or at least not like the ones I've seen before, where the teapot, it's white, so it's made of probably porcelain, and the little cups, this is why I'm saying that it's not Asian, because the cups that I usually see when they're like Chinese teacups and stuff like that, they tend to not be very tall, unless these are like very old, because I'm seeing like very tall teacups, so they're like this big, white, they have no handle. And they have these little flowers or plants painted on them, not all around, just on one side, specifically the teacup. It's like the teacup, and there's like the flower right here in the center, and it looks purple. Like I think it's a flower, but it's one of those flowers that they're not like concentrated right here. It's like those flowers, there are many flowers along the stem that you have, very similar to this, but not like this exactly. I don't even know the name of the plant. Like, imagine this, the stem, and there are flower, like the little petals that go like this and this and this and this all the way up. And that's what I'm seeing kind of painted on the tea set. I don't know if you have that, or if this belonged to one of the ancestors. I have no idea what they're showing me that. Very important for some reason that the tea set, like the tea teapot has a lid. I don't know why that's very important. It actually has like a lid, and the lid is very tall. The top is kind of big. It's not like this. It's raised. It's very raised. I don't know why they want me to specify that. For what reason? No idea. But anyways, that's what I was saying. Again, with this 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles here, again, there's that energy of hesitating and staying back and not wanting to move forward, specifically not wanting to open up again. But I really do feel like there are good things coming your way. Like I really do think that they're preparing these good things for you, but it's like when they come in, they don't want you to kind of doubt them. They want you to enjoy them in the moment, and then when you know that the chapter is closing, that it's time to move forward to another thing, to not try to stay stuck in the same place, because it's not gonna be good for you. So it's not it. I don't know why travel is coming up. I think they want you to travel, either to the place where they were, the place they lived in, or just to some place that you kind of have been neglected. So you know how because they're showing me almost like Moana. I don't know why they're going Disney with this for whatever reason. How she sang the song that the sea it called her, but she ignored it, but the cold just became stronger. That kind of thing. So it's something like it's a place that you're kind of avoiding for whatever reason. You're trying to avoid the cold, but you still feel it, and it's only gonna get stronger, is what they're saying. And this is also gonna be the case for when you receive these good things and it's time to move on, where you're like, I don't want to lose any of these things, so I want to stay here. But you're gonna keep hearing the call of it's time to go on to something better, something new. Okay, so let's see what else they have here. This is the Affirmators. You got beauty again. So if you haven't watched pile 1, if you felt called to watch pile 1, go ahead and watch it, because this is the same exact card and I shuffled. Okay, so you got beauty. I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. So interesting. It just came up again. There's a lot of cards in here. There was no reason for that to come out again. So, or then they want to show it to you. So if you want to watch pile 1, go ahead. How many? Those are too many. No, just one. Those are too many cards. I'm not gonna spend 5 minutes here reading all the cards. So let's get one, please, for pile 2. Hey, don't be sassy. Give me one. There's a lot they have to say. Obviously. I keep hearing the Moana song. So like honestly, whatever it's calling you, what the fuck are you waiting for? So you got ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever turned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. So, again, yeah, no, I think this is very much talking about if you stay right where you are, or if you try to stay wherever these new things that are coming your way land you, like whatever this puts you, if you try to stay there, you're gonna be halting your growth. It's gonna become increasingly uncomfortable and more difficult for you to stay there when you're not meant to be there. it's almost like an itch that's never gonna go away. Okay, so with the ultimate potential here, what they're saying is that these chapters, these comings and goings, these they're saying literally waxing and wanings, kind of like the moon. These are important for your path specifically. Of course, these are important for everyone else, but especially for you for some reason. There's that connection to the moon in that sense. There are these periods in your life, and like trying to stay in a period after it has ended is not good for you. It's detrimental at the end of the day. And what's getting in the way of you flowing with these periods in your life is the fact that you are afraid of going through it again once you're done, and wanting to say where it's safe for you, whatever that is, because safe doesn't have to mean safe. It's just what feels safe for you, because it feels stable. It feels like it's not going to change. It gives you some sort of instant gratification, but it's not enough for you. So like what they're saying is like this, they're emphasizing that these good things that are going to be coming into your life after this period of hardship. But it's almost like even more important than that is knowing that what's coming, first of all, is not the only thing that's going to be coming. It's not the only time in your life where you're going to receive blessings again. So kind of staying there once you feel like you trust these blessings enough to take them, wanting to stay there even after the fact that you have received these blessings, that you have received your rewards, when there's nothing else for you to reap, when there's no more rewards for you to take home, basically, is just is not for you. So that's not enough for you. Whatever this place is that's coming up, yes, what it's coming up for you is good, but it's not enough, and it's not your ultimate reward, if that makes sense. There's a lot of Saturnian energy here for you. So it's like you're put through these difficulties for whatever reason, because to be honest, I can't tell you why it happens. I have certain beliefs, but I wouldn't ever pretend that I know the answers, that I'm sure about this. But for you, it's kind of like especially important. Like every time you go through these things, you get these waves of rewards. And they're saying like this has happened before. This is not the first time they do this, but they are emphasizing it because you tend to get stuck in these stages and you don't move forward. So it's kind of like almost like you waste time and waste your energy trying to stay in a place that is no longer compatible with you. So it's kind of like when you get used to the hardship, it's difficult for you to get out of the hardship. But then when you get used to having the being in a more peaceful or more stable moment in your life, you get used to it so hard that you don't want to move forward after. It's like you won't accept the change happening around you. You're unmovable. So kind of like you try to stay on, become unmovable, so you don't have to change any of this, but things around you do change even if you don't want to change. So that's what they're saying, and that's why it becomes so uncomfortable to stay there, because even if you want to pretend like things are the same, or like you want to try really hard to keep them the same, it's not gonna work because that's kind of like contrary to life. So everything is constantly changing, everything is constantly evolving, and you have to evolve with it. But yes, you're going to be receiving you're going to be reaping your rewards in a bit, but they're saying preparation, so it may take a little while, but they're coming through here, because this is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, it's kind of like planting and waiting for seeds to grow. Okay, so, and with beauty, again, this is similar to Pile 1. It's important for you to love yourself right now, to be gentle with yourself right now, because I feel like I said all of this. It may feel very harsh. It almost feels like they're giving you, like they're scolding you, but it's not exactly their intention. They do this because they want to help you move forward on your path. I keep seeing Asian, specifically Chinese people. Now this is a woman, and I'm seeing she has like this little I don't know if it's a mole or if it's just like a painted mole. I don't know if it's real, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's like on her right cheek, because I keep touching my right cheek, even though it's not the cheek that I'm seeing it in. I just keep touching my right cheek. She's way younger than the man that I saw. So she may be like at most in her 50s, 60s maybe, but she still has black hair. Anything else that may be coming through? I see that I grabbed this again. That wasn't my intention. Like sometimes I move and then I don't know why I moved. So then I just take it as me being in a fucking trance, because that's usually how it is. Is there anything else? There's so this is like the first definitely not Asian person that I'm seeing. So this is someone I'm seeing, like almost like a black and white picture, but it looks very yellowish. So this is a younger woman. If I think she may have died pretty young. I'm seeing, it feels very Victorian era type of picture, although I'm not sure, to be honest. She's wearing a dress, because this is why I'm saying that I'm not sure, because she's wearing a dress that's it ends right below her knees, and I think she's wearing stockings. She has this curly hair, and I'm seeing a curl that goes down to kind of like a clavicle. Is that the name? The bones in her chest. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all, so that's why I specified. And in the picture, she's kind of sitting somewhere, her hands on her lap. I think her dress has like this triangle type shape on top, and there's a line along that triangle. So like there's like this triangle of fabric on her top, or the top of her dress, and this piece has a kind of dark colored, because I'm seeing it black and white, dark colored stripe that's creating this triangle. So I think they're describing a picture to me. So if that's for you, take it if there's someone you know, because I feel like it's actually a photo, and that's why they're describing it to me, because it's like, there's the photo, you're gonna, understand if I explain the photo. So what is it from here for pile 2? Before I end it here, I just saw 555, which is interesting, because I have my my mic, it's recording on my computer, and for some reason I just decided to look there right as it was going over 55 minutes and 50 seconds, I think. So change is coming. I don't think you like it. You like that, do you? Okay. Friendliness. Okay. Whenever I smile, I make someone's day better. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. What a cool way to buy happiness for free. Today I will remember what an awesome power I hold, and I'll take joy in improving lives simply by giving away grins like crazy. Note, in a pinch, money will also work. It's interesting because I almost said business. Yeah. I don't know why they want to highlight that, but there is that. Friendliness. Maybe one of the blessings that's coming through are actual people coming into your life, trying to help you, but also I feel like they really like it when you're happy, so they don't want to see you sad, contrary to what you may think, because I feel like many times you may have kind of, I'm hearing like raised your fist at the air and kind of cursed the skies because you're going through so much, but they actually don't want you to suffer. This is just kind of like the curse of life, and that's what they're coming through now, because they want you to kind of get used to the waxings and wanings of the moon, to what's this? It's almost like poetry. So the shifts of the tides. So it's almost like they're giving me poetry. So if one of your ancestors that you know about, they were a poet, yeah, that's coming through. What the fuck? I'm like definitely not good at rhyming, so that's not me, bro. So yeah, I'm saying red robins. Those may be important for you. And another, I don't know if this is also a red robin, this bird that has like an orange chest. And I'm also hearing someone playing the flute. It's most definitely a flute, and I think I'm seeing it, but I think it's completely metal. So it's not made of wood. It's just a completely it's a flute made of metal completely, the whole thing. And yeah, anything else at all for pile 2? Emerald. That might be a name, but I'm also like literally seeing an emerald. I think if that's not a ring, that's a pin, you know, like one of those pins that you put on your clothes. That. Anything else? Sarah. A very specific Sarah. So not Sarah with an H, Sarah without an H. Anything else at all that you wanna, if you wanna explain a little bit more about who you are, or anything else, any other message? No, I'm seeing someone closing a purse, so I feel like that's my sign to just, nope, that's it. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Thursday at 12 p.m. EST and occasionally on Sundays. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do all my other stuff at the channel over there. And also put out readings on occasion. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo, my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye-bye. Hello, for you, pile 3 with the Mandrake. This is your reading. Now, I had to restart your reading because I don't know why I was having issues connecting with you. So with your permission to tap into your energy, let's get into the reading. Now, there's this message here with the Mandrake that is very important, and I haven't lost it yet, because I feel like the issue with your reading came with connecting to your ancestors specifically for some reason. So I'm just gonna go into it, and I think I got them, but for some reason it took a little while. Now, I think that ties into the actual meaning of this card and the interpretation that's coming through here very well, because this talking about patience, this talking about putting time and effort and care towards something that is you're trying to do. So there's something right now that you need to be doing, or you are doing, sorry about that, I hit the mic, that is not gonna be fruitful unless you put unless you nurture it, unless you put all of your all the time that you can dedicate to this thing, you should dedicate it to it. You should dedicate to it, because it's necessary for this to grow. The thing with the Mandrake is the Mandrake has this shape. It almost looks like a little human's, like a homunculus. I fucking hate that word. I can never say it. It's not the first time that I've tried to say that word in this channel and it hasn't worked. And if you think humans grow very slowly, they need to have food, they need to have water, they need to have all these requirements, right? So this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is something that you need to take care of in order for it to become a thing. Now, the reason that I mentioned that with the ancestors, because I thought when I was seeing this ancestor, I didn't think that it was part of the reading itself, because I hadn't even started your reading. I was literally drinking water. So I was like, okay, maybe that's just my brain. No, it's not. So this is a very tall man. Again, this is still a general reading. It's not gonna be for all of you, so take it as it resonates. I think he's wearing all white. his clothes are interesting because I feel like they're all made of cotton. So I'm going to assume that this is someone who's from a place where it's very hot. Because I think cotton, if I'm not mistaken, is like a very breathable material. And even if you're wearing something that has like sleeves on it, it's gonna be much cooler than, say, latex. Well, latex obviously, but like polyester and all of that, it's going to be much cooler. It's not going to be as hot on your skin. And I'm seeing this man wearing that, and I literally just recognized the fabric looking at it. This is I'm pretty sure this is a black man, but I can't see him well. I can mostly see his clothes. So I'm going to assume that his clothes are the most noticeable and important thing for you to know about him in order to figure it out who this is for you, if this is for you. Now, he may very well be African, but I'm seeing it, not like literally. I have no idea if there must be obviously islands that belong to the African region, to that continent, that obviously they must be, but it's like almost like I'm saying like this person, he was not from inside the continent per se. It was more like an island that belongs to the continent, that belongs to one of the countries in the continent of Africa. He's just there. He's very present, but I don't feel like he's saying it. I feel like he's singing. So he's singing something in a language that I do not speak, but I can definitely recognize it because even though I'm fucking white as fuck, I am Cuban. I am familiar with Yoruba singing. I am familiar with a lot of African culture because it's a thing in Cuba still. It's very much alive, and especially like the older, very connected to, like, it was from the slave trade in the Americas. So I can definitely recognize that this is most likely Yoruba or a very similar language, because I kind of my brain does a little recognition thing because I've heard it before. So it's almost like he's singing something. I don't know if he was someone that sang these songs in life, but he is coming through a lot right now. I'm literally taking much more time just trying to pinpoint this person. So it's like I'm telling you that I had issues connecting, and I feel like it was just a matter of wait for it. Have patience. Take it slow. That's literally what I'm feeling here. Even as I'm going, I'm literally taking so long to get into a reading because I keep this very fucking slow. And I need to tell you that I'm someone who is usually not slow. Like, I speak very fucking fast. I do things quite fast. I don't take that long to do stuff. But his energy is very slow. He's very much overpowering this reading. I'm not saying that he's the only ancestor here, but he is definitely very strongly here. So you got Strength, the Queen of Swords. Let's get two more. What is it that you're trying to tell them apart from the patience thing? This is something that this ancestor has been trying to teach you for a long time. This is the Six of Cups. What I tell you. So and the Three of Cups. This specific ancestor, again, this is like a general thing, so I'm assuming like the rest of the message ties in well with what this ancestor is coming through, but like this is the one ancestor that's like, I'm gonna be the face of this message, so they know who I feel like he did a lot with he probably had missing teeth, so he did this thing, like if you know, like when people are missing teeth, they do this very interesting thing with their mouth where it's just like it's I have no fucking idea how to describe this. I just know because like my great grandma, she has like no fucking teeth. She wears like dentures, and it's very distinct sound when they speak, or just when they move their mouth when they are missing teeth. I'm kind of feeling that, even though I can't actually see him. Like I said, I'm mostly seeing his clothes. It's very interesting that he is here, because I don't know. I think out of all the ancestors that I've connected for this reading, like the whole video, he has been the clearest out of all of them. So you saw, okay, he has a different process completely. Like, I'm not even joking. For all the other piles, I was shuffling, and I would shuffle these first and then stay here and then get these, but he's getting them all at the same time. Like, okay, I'm gonna let him. I'm not gonna stop him. Connection. So you got gentleness and connection. Gentleness. I speak with gentleness, and I listen with gentleness. I align with the gentlest parts of myself, and I take joy in being receptive, open, and unafraid. I am like a baby deer who's best friends with a baby elephant. The baby elephant wraps its little trunk around my shoulders, and we lie down gently on the grass, daydreaming and talking about what sorts of humans the clouds look like. And then for connection, you have, I'm connected to the multitudes, and I can access their support at any time. Even a stranger offers a sense of comfort when they smile at me or make a dumb comment about the weather. Everyone is waiting to connect. All I need to do is open myself up and pay attention. Note to self, work on witty banter about weather-related stuff. So, I feel like you are most likely a very, very much fast-paced person. And the energy that's coming through here, it's kind of like the opposite of who you are. But I truly do feel like your ancestors want you to slow down. It's almost like to not half-ass things because you're doing them so quickly. They want you to actually take the time to do something. Specifically, they definitely want you to work with them. Of course, these are your ancestors. Most ancestors want to work with you, you know. But for you, this is especially important because I'm seeing this ancestor, they act as a guide to you. Now, ancestors and guides, they're not exactly the same thing as far as I'm concerned. You can have like a spirit team where there are other spirits that are not exactly ancestors that are guiding you. Sometimes I'm pretty sure that ancestors can be some sort of guide, and this is definitely the case for your ancestors. This is both an ancestor and someone who is a guide on your like, spiritual team, your main spiritual team. So they're very much present. Their energy is very slow, there's no rush. I'm gonna get to where I have to get to eventually, regardless of whether I do it faster or slower. I might as well do it slower and enjoy the journey than go taking off because I may miss some things. That's literally the energy that they're bringing forth here, and it's very interesting because it's such a drastic change from the other two readings. So like, if you don't believe me, you can like watch like 3 seconds of the other ones. Like, I swear to you, it feels so different. So what is the ancestor trying to tell you? Literally, their main message is that of taking your time, being more patient with things in your life, with yourself, and with everyone around you. There's a deep sense of community here. Of course, that's here because of that card. But also with the Three of Cups, they want you not only to connect more deeply with yourself, but with other people around you. And you can't really do that if you're going through life so fast that you barely have time to see where you're going. That's literally how it's coming through here. I don't know why Disney songs have been so prominent in today's readings, but right now I'm hearing the song from Pocahontas, I think. Pocahontas. I have no fucking idea how to say it in English, okay? Pardon me. The song that she is singing to John Smith, was that his name? Colors of the Wind, but like specifically I'm hearing the beginning of that song. So like the very beginning of that song is what I'm hearing. So you may want to go listen to that real quick. But what there's, I got it, but I'm hearing the song in Spanish. So basically what they're telling me, I'm pretty sure you don't speak Spanish, maybe you do, but I don't know. It's like you have been to many places, but you haven't learned to listen. You haven't learned to slow down. So it's like you know a lot and you have been through a lot in life, but there are still things that not only do you not know, it's like you don't take the time to stop and be open. You don't take time to stop and listen. And they're showing me what's that? It's not a notebook. It's like a compilation of handwritten notes. It is a notebook, but it's not like a ruled. No, is it ruled? I don't know. It's not like a notebook that has like. It's a plain notebook. It looks almost like a sketchbook, but it's like very fucking old. And there are things written down on it, and they keep saying proverbs. So I don't know proverbs if they're trying to if they're talking about proverbs, a part of the Bible, or if they're talking about sayings from a specific place. If that's the case, it's almost like they wrote these things down and you have this notebook. And or that this is something that's coming from your ancestors themselves, something that they have had to deal with, and now they're helping you to deal with it. So this is the energy of this ancestor is like, I'm helping you with this because I had to do this as well. So now I'm helping you with it because you have to learn it as well. Some way along the line, their teachings were lost within one generation, and now they're kind of coming back to teach you it, because it's kind of like something happened, but you lost this ability to slow down and listen. It's very much like slow down and listen. For whatever reason, your circumstances, they're not exactly blaming you. It's like they just want you to relearn this lesson again that was very important for them. It was very important to how they lived, and it's like I'm hearing like they're seeing you unhappy, and they really do think that learning this patience is going to help you. Now they want you to devote yourself to something. They want you to put all the time that you can into it. They want you, like I said, to nurture it, to care about it. This may literally be yourself, because I am seeing a mandrake. So the mandrake is very much a humanoid type of plant. That's why it was so famously associated with witches and with sympathetic magic. So this may literally be yourself taking better care of yourself, or at least if there's an area of your life that you want to improve, they're literally saying that to do so you can't just do things half-assed. You can't do things fast. It's like you can't make this any faster just because you wanted to. You need to go with the flow. You need to go with the slow process, because it takes time. They're literally showing me knitting. So the thing with knitting is like you can't really, like, if you move too fast with your hands while you're knitting, you're not gonna knit anything. It's just gonna be a fucking mess of thread and wool and all of that. You have to do it slowly. It's like it's a requirement. You can't do it that fucking fast, you know. So that's how they're showing me this. They want you to take the time, stop. It's almost like they're showing me like some of you, or at least one or two of you, I don't know how many, you're literally listening to this while doing the dishes. If you are, and I just scared the shit out of you, let me know. Because it's like you are doing all of this at the same time. It's like they get it that you're probably busy and you have a lot to do, but you have to slow down, because not only is your body not going to be able to keep up with you forever like this, you're not enjoying anything. You know, you can literally wash the dishes mindfully instead of running all around and doing 7 things at the same time, multitasking. it's kind of like their philosophy of life is kind of existing, but like instead of doing, it's more like I'm here, I'm existing, I'm just going at the same pace with life. That's very interesting. I have never heard that something like that in my entire fucking life, let me tell you that. Also here, like your mind, like if you move fast, literally, physically, you move even faster in your brain. So your brain is going everywhere all the time. You're doing something, you're thinking about what you have to do in 2 weeks. You are going through replaying memories of the past. You're going through everything in your brain, and at the end of the day, it's controlling you and it's getting in the way of you enjoying your life. So that's why it's so important that they're bringing this up for you, because I didn't even this is a strength card. I also associate the strength card with patience, so there is that. It's kind of like they want you to go back to how you were before. So maybe when you were younger, you were like this, the way that they are describing that they want you to be right now. And you stopped being that way for because of the circumstances around you, because it was required of you for whatever reason. But it's like you are not in need of being in that survival state anymore. You don't need to be running anymore. It's okay to relax and take it slow. Like, it's nothing bad is gonna happen just because you take it slow. It doesn't matter what the fuck they told you. It's okay. All right. So that's basically, they're showing me. I think it's a necklace. It may be a pocket watch, like one of the very old pocket watches. I am not sure what this is because I am only seeing the outside, and it's kind of like this. It's a circle. It's silver. There's something engraved on it on like the outside, but I can't really tell what it is. It's not really a shape. It's just something like a little swirls and stuff like that. They're showing me that may be for someone. I have no idea what that is. I'm seeing a lot of cursive. So I'm seeing a lot of writing in cursive, and this very, not just cursive, it's like this very tilted cursive, so almost like italics. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm seeing something like that, and I think this is just them kind of confirming who they are, showing it to you so you know. There's someone with a lot of hair, like very how do I say this? Frizzy red hair, and I don't mean like curly. I mean just like hair that's frizzy. This very kind of dark red hair, very much dyed hair. This is not their natural hair at all, like 100%. I can tell you that that's not the case. And this is obviously a woman, so I'm seeing the hair for this person. She's wearing, I think, what is that? Oh, it's a dress, but it's one of those dresses. It's almost like a box dress. Is that what I'm hearing? I've never heard that in my life. One of those dresses that doesn't have any form, so it's just like the fabric, and it's just like the fabric is just falling like that. There's no silhouette. There's nothing. It's just square, something like that. So whoever that is, if it's for you, take it. So I think they're just coming through with who this is now that this other ancestor is kind of stepped back like a tiny bit. Okay, so is there anything else here for pile 3? Because I feel like for your pile, I did the most channeling. Like, I'm barely even looking at your fucking cards. They're saying, like, if you reconnect with yourself, you will be reconnecting with them. So maybe you have been stuck in, like, I'm hearing stuck in a rut, but like maybe you have been trying to communicate with your ancestors and you haven't been very successful. And it's very much because you are disconnected from yourself as well. Because again, you're going so fast that like how are you gonna connect with them if you are not connecting with yourself at any point? If you're just going through the motions in life and doing what it is that you need to do without taking a second to relax, to enjoy the scenery, or to anything like that. So like meditation would be very good for you. Like, and when I say very good, I mean like you fucking need that meditation. It may be very difficult for you though to stay still. So instead of like regular meditation, it may be better for you to literally listen to here he is again. So like the chants, I'm hearing the song, so maybe listening to the songs and dancing can be a form of meditation for you. So definitely look into that if you feel like that's a you message. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. For some of you, that's a grandpa. Like, this is not someone that's like that you've never met. This man that I was describing before may be a grandpa. So this is someone that I think you met when you were younger, like you knew them when you were young, or when you were alive. When you were alive. When they were alive. Of course you're alive. You're listening to me. What the fuck? When you were alive. Because I'm seeing like their back is to me and they're looking elsewhere, and there's like a smaller child next to them. So I feel like this is someone that you knew in life. Okay. Anything else for pile 3? Oh wait, fuck, that's beautiful. Oh, how dare you, I'm gonna cry. So they're showing me a fossil. So you know how shells sometimes they have fossils in them. They're saying that it's okay that you don't have to go that fast, because you are going to leave a blueprint in the world, and they also want you to think about what you want that blueprint to be, what it is that you want to leave behind, basically. Like, do you want to be remembered as someone that lived so fast that they burned out, or do you want to be remembered as someone that learned to go slow, to enjoy their life, not rushing too much, taking things as they came to you, but always keeping your inner peace at all times. Always putting that inner balance, that peace, that well-being above everything else, above the demands of your time. Holy shit. I am so floored by this reading. Like, this is actually gonna make me cry. I'm so fucking emotional right now. Anything else? No. Okay, so that's it. But I fucking love this energy. Like, I can't explain to you how wonderful this energy feels to me. I hope you can feel it through the screen. Sometimes it happens like, hey, energy travels through electricity. Why wouldn't it travel through fucking YouTube, right? So there is that. Like, my eyes are burning right now even. Holy shit, man. But anyways, I love that for you. That's all. Like, I can't, this is the most beautiful fucking reading I've done in such a long time. So that's all I have for you. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, because I do put out new videos every Thursday at 12 p.m. EST and occasionally on Sundays. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you want. I do all my updates about the channel over there, and I also put out readings on occasion. If you want to buy me a coffee, I have my Venmo, my Cash App in the description down below. It is never expected, but it is always very appreciated. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and much, much love to you. Bye bye.